Hello, children. Today we are going to learn the next chapter, that is animation in action in Flash 8. Let me open Flash. In previous class, we have learned a little bit about Flash. Flash file will be saved with the extension of FLA, .fla. Type your file name and .fla. And we are here going to learn more in animation. What is animation? Animation is nothing, it's a illustration by moving a still image in a fast sequence. That is called animation. We're going to draw a still image. Still image means which doesn't move at all, and we're going to show that still image very fast, rapidly, in a sequence, so that we uh, we see that one in a moving form. We can see a cartoon animation in TV and all. That's all done by this animation and all. So we are going to learn this animation in Flash 8 by using Flash 8. Later on, if you want this software, I can give you. Let me revise some topic about previous class. Here, these are tools panel, and these are layer, and this is menu bar. You all know this. The topmost part is menu bar, and this is the zoom, and this is stage. This stage is like it's nothing. It's a drawing area where we used to draw, and property inspector. This area is called properties inspector, and these are called panels. Here more we are going to deep into animation, that is keyframe and frame and all. How we are going to do the animation. This is called timeline. In your textbook also it's already given. This is called timeline. This whole window. And by using this layer, how we are going to deal with the layer and all, we are going to learn later on. The line which a red portion over here, the one which I am clicking right now, it's called playhead. When this playhead move, your animation or still image going to show rapidly, and it's gonna move. And this is called keyframe. These are called frame, and these are frame one by one, and this generally called keyframe, and this blank are unused frame. It's like, to clear this doubt, I'll make you I'll open an Excel and I'll clarify the doubt. When we used to check an Excel sheet, these are all cell, but until and unless when I make this border visible, oh no. When I make this border visible, other will be in blank. Let's see. When I go for printing, let's other cells are in blank. Other cells are in blank, and the one which I have selected and make that border visible, it's only that area will be visible. Like that, similarly, these are all frame, unused frame. When I make it visible, then it's gonna be use that one up to that one only. Others will be stay they will stay like that. So we are going to deal with this timeline in animation and all. Let's start with frames and keyframe. First, let me take a tool, brush or pencil. Let me take a brush. When I draw a picture over here in one frame, when I draw a picture in one frame, this is called another frame. When I want to insert another frame, we are going to use F5, empty frame. Again, you can insert like this frame, insert frame. This is what let me do the animation. To play, you have to press enter, or you can go to control and play. Shortcut is enter. When I play it, now look here, this is the time that it's gonna play over here. So if I want to delete this frame again, right click over that frame and remove frame like this. If you want to enter the frame, you're going to press F5 or right click, enter frame. This is the time limit it's going to show in your animation. This is the time duration, means if you press F5, that is the duration. And what about keyframe? That is F6. If I press F6 over here, keyframe, it's going to copy the first image over this one. Again, if I press insert keyframe, it's going to copy the first image. So look at my animation, nothing changed. So if you want to enter, if there is any changes, if you want to make a changes over here, you can change it by erasing it. Let me change something so that you can see the changes. And in next one, let me change this. Let me change this hand. So let me play again. Look. So let me delete. Let me add a new frame over here. So look here. This two picture or frame, it's showing it in a short period of time. Let me increase the time limit. Increase frame, and here also increase frame, increase frame, and I have more number of frames. Look, the duration of the picture frame is increased. So if you want to increase the number of duration, you have to add frame. Now we are moving, or we are playing this in 12 frame per second. Let me delete this one. Let me keep only one frame each. Okay, it's going to play like this. It's very fast. Three different frame. Here another picture. Here another picture. Here another picture. All the three different. All of them are different. So I'll tell you again. If you want to add a single frame, right click over that and select the frame and insert frame. And it will be a blank one, means it will copy the frame, the one which you are selecting it. If you want to insert a blank keyframe, keyframe, then you have to press F6 and it will copy the image of the previous one. If I insert a blank one, then there won't be anything. This blank dot means there is nothing, no image is there. So there are images in this blank one, there is no image. Like this, we can do the animation. Let's do some. Let me tell you some control over here. Uh, if you want to select a single frame, then you can click on the single frame like this. You can select like this for selecting a single frame. For continuous frame selection, you can select the first one and you can select the last one by pressing the shift key. Then it will select all the frame between that one. Let me take some more frame over here. So I have selected up to 40 frame here. If I am telling you again, if I want to select a frame like this, you can click on the frame and you can do whatever, remove frame or insert frame or cut frame or whatever choice yours. And if you want to select a continuous frame, then select that frame and press shift key from the keyboard and select the last frame. It will select the frame between your two selection part. And if you want to select a non-continuous frame, then select that frame and press Control key from your keyboard and select like this. You have to press the Control key while selecting your frame for non-continuous frame. And if you want to select all the frame, then select it from layer option. If you select this layer, then all the frame in that layer will be select. Now let's play. Look, there is no image, that's why it's playing blank over here. So there is no image, that's why it's playing blank. Now let's go to the next topic. We know a little bit about frame and keyframe. Now after uh, selection, let's deal with delete part. If you want to delete a single frame, right click over that one or remove frame, or you can press directly from keyboard delete key. If you want to delete this direct from keyboard, you can press the delete key. It will erase the content of the frame. Or if you want to remove it, right click and remove frame. It will remove the frame. So next one is clear frame. If you want to erase the content of the frame, then you can press delete. I've already done before also. If you press delete from the keyboard, let me do this one. The first picture that we have drawn, if you want to delete the content of this, then you can press directly from the keyboard like this. I'll undo it. You can press directly from the keyboard delete key button, or you can go right click and clear frame. Clear frame. You can do like this. It clear the frame. So next one is copy. If you want to copy frame, if you want to copy this picture, then press copy frame. And if you want to add here, right click and paste. This is same with the one which we have done earlier in this MS Word or Excel anyway. Copy pasting, it's the same over here also. If you want to copy a frame, right click, copy, and whenever you want to paste it at any timeline or frame, you can go there and paste it over there. Now let's see about layer. After learning this delete and selection of frame and keyframe, let's deal with about layer. What this layer is going to do, how we are going to use the layer. If you are drawing different object, then it's better to use different layer. If I am drawing a person, let me if I am going to take or draw or use different object in my animation, then it's better to take a different layer for different object. Now there's only one layer, that's why I cannot delete that one. If you want to enter a different layer, then you have to press this icon. 1 2 layer 3 layer. If you want to rename this layer, then I have to double click on this area. If you want to delete it also, if I want to delete this layer 3, then select that one and delete. First one previously, there is only one layer, that's why it's not going to delete that one. I cannot delete this. if there is only one layer. So if I want to rename the layer, then double click over there and let's say head. We're going to draw a head, body, and leg. Now in layer head, let's draw a picture over here with by using a brush. Let's draw a head. I think this one is very big. So do that one. We have drawn a head. Let's copy this. Let's say F5 and body part. In body part, this is another object. That's why we are going to select the body part. In body part, we are going to draw only the body. No, leg is a different one. So let's delete this leg. In leg part, we are going to draw leg. Now let's do some changes over here. Let's do some changes over here. Let's take only one frame. Let me delete. I will tell you the difference between this keyframe again and frame. Why we are taking keyframe or frame. This rectangle box in here, look here carefully. This rectangle box denote the last frame of the one which we are selecting. The last frame. And why can't we take only frame? Why keyframe is important? If you take keyframe, if you have only one frame, then there wouldn't be any this rectangular box because there is only one frame. If it has multiple frame, then the last frame it will be denoted by that box. And why we are taking keyframe? Why can't we take only one frame? I will tell you. In this rectangular box, it is denoted by a dot. And when you take a keyframe, this also it's denoted by another dot. Here, if I select this new keyframe, then it will show my previous drawing, the one which I have drawn earlier. Why we are taking keyframe? Because if you have to change anything, if you want any changes in your drawing, then you need to take a keyframe. If you are going to change your drawing, then you have to take your keyframe. Now by deleting this, I am going to change it to this one. Now again, let me take another keyframe, F6. If you don't know also, it's F6. New keyframe is F6 and frame is F5. After taking a new keyframe, again I'll change the drawing over here. Let me erase this one and I have taken two frame, another F6. Let me change this leg. So like this. If you want to change the drawing, first drawing, then you are going to use another new keyframe. Let's change the body part. If the body part is not going to change, then you can add here insert frame because the body part is not going to change. If you want to change the body part, then you remove that frame and insert keyframe, that is F6, and you can delete that. If you want to change the hand, you need to do some drawing in Flash if you want to do the animation. Another F6. If I want to change something over here, again F6. Okay, now let's change the head part. Head part. Okay, F6. Let's say this one is same. If there is going to change, then let this to be same. Now these are the animation. If you want to play one movie, then Control plus enter this movie. Now this is my animation. So like this, you can see your drawing or animation. This is not a good animation, but you can test it later on with your own choice. Like this, we can draw by. mm, this is frame by frame animation. And let me, with our topic is layer. Why we are using it layer in three different form, three layer? Because if we are going to deal with three object here, that is body part, leg part, and head part, and the changes we are going to make over here is not going to be same in all the time. That's why we are taking with multiple layer. And if I want to change only the head part, then I can change in the head part. And if I want to change in the leg part in different layer, then by using this multiple layer, we can organize our drawing more efficiently. And if I want to select all the layer, all this timeline within the layer, then we can select like this. And what is the difference? Main difference is if I'm working in the head part, or if I'm working in the leg part in one layer, I can lock the other layer like this. While I'm working in this leg part, I cannot edit this other image. I cannot make changes in the other layer. Other will be locked. That's why it's locked over here. You can lock like this, or you make it invisible over here. You can lock like this, so it's going not going to affect your other layer. Like this, by using this multiple layer, we can create a animation. Now let's take a new one, flash document, and let's create a animation by using frame by frame animation. The one which I have created before also, it's frame by frame animation. And next topic is creating animation by using frame by frame animation. In your textbook, it's given like you need to take a welcome this by using this text tool. It's telling me like welcome. To write this welcome, you can change this font style and everything from inspector here, property inspector. Let's keep it that way, and let's increase some Let's increase the size. Now after increasing it, let's break the, this is in one single piece, one single frame, or one single object. Now we have to break it. If you want to break it, then press Ctrl plus B. Ctrl plus B. It will break into a single word, a single letter. It will break into a single letter. Now after clicking one by one, we are going to make it. Yeah, we are working on a single layer. That's why no need to take any other layer. By pressing F6, we are going to move the, do the animation over here. First, select W and F6. In F6, I'm going to change a little. I'm going to change W a little bit over here. Again, in F6, I'm going to, no, it's selecting all. I'm going to select only E. I'm going to change little bit on E. Now again on F6, I'm going to change this L a little bit. Now again F6, I'm going to change this C a little bit. Move the letter. And again on F6, I'm going to change this O. Again F6, I'm going to change this M, the location. Again F6, I'm going to change this E. Now again F6 is finished. Let me change the whole part. Now I have changed that whole part. Let's see by enter. Look, this is the animation we have created. Now I'll tell you again what is the difference between the keyframe and frame. Keyframe means if you want to change a little bit on the object, then you have to press F6 keyframe, and you can take a blank keyframe also. And if you want to increase the time duration for one frame, then you can press F5 for increasing the duration of the time for that frame. Let me tell you here, let me increase one time limit here, each of them, one each. Let's see the difference. The duration will be a little bit increased. F5 shortcut is F5 for frame, and keyframe shortcut is F6. Look, it's a little bit slower than before. I have increased the time limit one each. Let me again increase another one. F5, 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 F5. To watch the movie, Control plus Enter. Now, it's a little bit slower. This is the animation done by frame animation. In your textbook, page number 35, they have given a step by step in frame by frame animation. This is the same thing that we have done. They have given an example to take a text, that is example welcome, and by using the property inspector you can change the font style or size or anything. And after using F6, this property inspector, and changing the with your choice, changing the font style and uh, color and all, I didn't change my color, I just used black. And using a new keyframe, that is F6, we are changing the position of the letters. And if you don't want to change the position of the letter, then if you want to increase the duration of the frame, then you can press F5. And if you want to change the frame, or if you want to change the position, or if you want to change anything in the frame, then you have to press F6. That is the main difference between the frame and keyframe. After finishing this frame by frame animation, let's go to our new topic, that is shape tweet animation. Now let's close this one. This is for frame by frame animation. If you want to increase the duration, F5, and if you want to change the frame or drawing, if you want to change anything on the drawing, then F6. Then you can change or edit the drawing. Now, next topic is save tweet animation. Let's take a new project, new Flash document. Okay, let's take a new project, save tweet animation, or it's also known as save tweet animation is also known as morphing. Now let's create a shape. Let's create any shape. Let's draw a circle with the color. You all know this fill tool. Let's take it blue. Mm, okay. Now, after creating a shape, we are going to select up to select the frame up to 35 and press F6. After drawing your first object here in the first frame, we are going to use only one layer. So after, okay, let's try to use this two layer in two different way. Let's do a two object. Let's take two object. In the first over here in second layer, let's draw another object, okay, with different color. Let's take green. Now second layer, and this is for first layer. First layer is that circle, and let's select this 35 and press F6. F6 is for what? F6 is for keyframe. Then I'm going to change a new shape over here in F35. 35, I'm going to draw a new object. Let me draw a new object. Let's erase this one previous. This is the worst star I have met. Let me erase this one and draw some beautiful one. Okay, this is much better than before. I guess let me fill this with green color so that there is only solid color. And for the second layer, that is the rectangle that we have drawn. Let's select F6. Before doing this, let's select another object, anything, draw anything. Before first is rectangle, so let's let's draw a flower. Let's draw a flower. Let's draw a flower. Now, after this, select that layer 1 and up to 70, again F6. Draw another object here. The topic that we are doing is shape tween animation, not by frame animation. Previous one was star, so let's draw a house. Let's color it. Now for the layer 2, we are using two layer F6 keyframe. I think we didn't color that flower, so let's color it. Let's color yellow for the flower. And this one is, let's draw a person, a stick man. Let's draw a stick man. Okay, here we are going to do the animation now. After selecting any part in this frame, select any frame over here and go to that property inspector and select motion. No, select not motion, select shape. Here also select any of the frame and select shape. Let's see. Look how the shape changes. How my shape changes from another shape to another one. First one is circle to star and star to house. Like this we can do. For this one I have done for layer 1, and let's name this layer as circle, and this one is what the one. Okay, stick man. Stick man and circle. Select any frame from over here, go to that property inspector, tweet and select shape. Do nothing else. Then from here in this frame again, select any frame from over here between the 2 point, the last keyframe and the middle one. Select any frame between that, and in the twin select that shape. Now let's see the changes. Look, both of them changes. So if you want to see the animation, this one, you can now. Okay, let me change in this stickman. Let me put some eyes over here. Let me hold this into stick. Okay, control plus enter. You can see the animation like this. So this is shape twin animation. By using this shape twin animation, you don't need to do anything into that this property inspector. Go there, and the twin part you have to select that shape between that any. You have to first select any frame and you have to select that shape. After that, automatically it will do the animation. You don't have to do anything. In frame by frame animation, you have to make changes for every step or every drawing, but here it will do automatically the changing part and everything. It will do the animation during that part. Next topic is motion tweet animation. We are going to deal with motion tweet animation. Let's close this one. First one is, this is frame by frame animation. Again, this is frame by frame animation. Let me save this one. Save. This is frame by frame. Automatically, the file extension of Flash, it will come by .fla Flash frame by frame animation. Save this one, and this is for save twin animation. Let me save this one. Save, and you have to name here Flash extension. Same thing. We have saved these two part, and last animation is motion twin animation. Motion twin animation. Let's do that one. Let's take a new project, Flash document. Okay. In motion twin animation, we have to provide an object. We have to draw a ball. In your textbook also, they have taken a ball. We have to draw a ball. It's very easy to draw a ball. There is circle over here. So let me draw a circle. Uh, let's match with your textbook. Let's take a red color ball. Let's take a deep red color ball. After drawing ball, if you are drawing it at a line or over here, okay, let me draw like this. This is the ball. If you want to group all the image, select and control plus G, group. It become one object. All the line and the circle, no, it become one ball. So after finish drawing, you have to change this object into a symbol. So for changing it, select that. After grouping all the parts, select it, go to modify in that menu bar, and convert to symbol. You can press F8 also. You can go this step also. Go to modified and convert to symbol. Convert to symbol. Let's say symbol name B. No. Symbol ball. And you have to select this graphic option. Okay. Now we have our object over here. After selecting the object, we are going to start with the animation. Now let's select like that previously 30 and F6. Now we are going to select here motion. The end part, we are going to put that object over here. Okay. End part, end of the frame, we have put that object over here, and in the first frame we have put that object here. So between that frame, select any frame and twin motion. The object will move automatically. Look like this. This is the animation. If you have doubt, then I will do another more with another layer. Like this, it will move automatically. If you want to make it slower, then decrease this frame rate. Frame per second. FPS means frame per second. If you decrease this 4, and it's showing per second 4 frame. Means 4 per second means the animation it's showing 4 frame per second. So like this you can change the frame. If you have any doubt, you can ask me later on in our Google Meet class. You have to change like this. Now we have made it like a slow motion. Let's change this frame per second into 12, the default one. Default by default it will come in 12 frame per second. So we have changed it, and let's do the animation. Okay, done. If you want to see it, control plus enter and it will play in a player itself. We have done frame by frame animation, the one which we have created, the welcome, by changing the position of the letters. And next one is shape twin effect, shape twin animation, changing the shape into each own to the next shape by selecting from the property inspector shape. And next one is motion twin animation. It will move automatically to the last position by selecting the motion from the twin. Next is guided motion twin effect animation. We are going to do it here itself. We didn't guide anything, it comes automatically in a straight line. So if I give a motion or a path, that it will move into that. Let's change into this one. This one is motion twin animation, and let's guide the path. To guide the path, we have created everything. We have created this shape also. Same thing, you have to create a shape, and after that group that shape and convert that into a symbol by selecting the shape, go to modified and convert that symbol and select that graphic, and okay, F6 up to select up to 30 or 40, whatever you want the frame, the time limit. And now the difference is everything is same, only the guided part that is the difference. Now let's see how to add the guided part. You can add here by clicking here, add guided, add motion guided. Here, this one, this option, right click on that area and right click on that layer, the one which you have already done, and add guided, add motion guide. Here it will come a different layer. Select that layer. I'll tell you again, right click on that layer and select add motion guide, and there will be a layer above your first one with the name as guide itself. Now here you have to draw a path by using this pencil. From here, let me draw a path. Let me move my ball. It's a smooth line. Let me move my ball like this. I have drawn, and after drawing it, after into that guided layer, the path you have drawn with a pencil tool, and you have to match it like this. First, select this. Now it'll go in the path. It's very easy. Now I'm going to tell you again. The first one we have already done, that is mm, motion tweet animation. After doing that one, now we are going to guide the path. That is after adding, right clicking over here, add motion guide, it will come over here, and we, by using the pencil, we can draw the path, whatever your choice. And selecting this first layer, that is, let me rename this one as ball. Let Selecting the ball layer, the first layer, it will come a round circle over here. You have to place that one in the end of that line, at the end of that path. And with the last one also same thing, you have to keep that position in the uh, end of that line, like this. Look, here comes the circle automatically. Look here, when I move the ball over here, when it detect to the path, when it, this dark circle over here mentioned that it's the end of the path, so I will keep it over there. And in the first frame also, okay, like this. Now we can change the path also if you want. If you want also, you can change like this. Now enter. Now this path is invisible. When you play the animation, the path will not show. Now the ball will move like this. This is the animation that we have done by using guided guided motion train animation. Let me save this one. Save G G motion train. Now let's do our new this new topic, that is masking in Flash. It's nothing. We are going to keep a layer. Let's take a new file, Flash document. Let's take a new file. It's a new concept in this Flash. Then it's like we are creating a hole above that layer, and beside that hole, we're going to show only the area where I have selected, and the remaining part is going to hide. And the area which I have selected, that part is going to be visible to us. So it's a masking. So let's start. Let's select a stage first. Selecting a stage means we are going to select the picture from our computer, import, go to option file, and import, import to stage. We are going to select a picture, this picture. Let's select this picture. In like this, you can select the picture from your computer where you have saved. Go to that file or folder where you have saved your picture and select your picture, open. Now here comes my picture. This is zoom out and zoom in. This is layer number 1. Let's name it as picture. After creating a stage with our picture, now we have to make a frame rate up to how much, 50 or 40. In your textbook they have taken up to 50, so let's take up to 50 frame. Select that 50 frame and press F6. F6 is keyframe, not frame, keyframe, and automatically your frame will increase up to 50. Now to make marks, we have to create another layer, that is this one. Insert new layer, and let's make this as rename it. Let's take a circle layer. We have to draw in this one. We have to draw a circle over here. Let's take a circle over here. In your textbook they have used this motion to it. Let's take this guided motion part. Let's create a circle and let's create that guided motion. Select that first one. For changing into guided motion or anything, you have to create this object into a symbol. Select your object, go to modify and convert to symbol. Graphic, you can name it as can name object or ball, and after that last part you have to select this one at the end of the position. For creating a motion path, first in the first frame you have to keep your ball in the first position, and in the last part I didn't press F6, I guess. This is the keyframe, that's why it changes come. So in the last keyframe I have to put my ball over here. Shape. To create a motion path, select on the layer, circle layer, not the picture. This is the background layer, so this is the circle layer. So in this, between the two keyframe, select any frame over here. Between these two keyframe, this is the last frame and this is the first frame. To select the motion path, right click, not right click, select any frame and motion, then it will move like this. So now with our topic, that is masking in Flash. We have there is no masking over here or not done over here right now. So now we have to do right click in this position. Right click on the second layer, that is circle. Right click and there is an option called mask. You have to select this one. It's very easy. When you click on this, it's finished. Our work is finished. I'll tell you from the beginning. First, you have to create a background picture, that is file, import, and import to stage. In this import to stage, you have to select a picture from your computer where you have saved any picture in your computer, with the one which you want to keep it as a background. You have to select that picture and import it in your stage. That is the working area of our Flash. After creating it, you can rename that layer or whatever. You can rename it as background or landscape or whatever you want. Here I name it as pic, picture, picture, and increase the frame rate. Increase the frame rate means you have to select the last frame and press F6. F6 means new keyframe, not frame. Frame is for F5 and new keyframe is for the new changes. So we didn't do any changes in the picture, just leave it over there and create a new layer above that one. So we have named it as circle, and I have taken a circle shape. After taking a circle shape, we have done about motion to it. Same process we have done up to this circle, not the motion path. We will create a motion path later on. After creating it, we have done the motion part, the moving part, like this, from the first position to the last one. We have created a motion path. Selecting the any frame between the last and the first frame, go to property inspector, and twin motion you have to select. Finish here. Now for creating a mask, select on the second layer, that is the one which we are drawing a object, that is circle, and right click and mask. Look here, let's play. Here we didn't see any the remaining portion. Look, it went outside from our stage. So to make it visible, what you have to do, I'll tell you the difference. The stage of our second, that is second layer circle, is smaller than the picture size. So to make it equal, go to modify and document. I'll tell you again the error what we are facing over here. The circle stays, the one which we took, the second one, second layer stays is smaller than the first one. That's why our picture went outside from the stage. So to make it visible all the picture, you have to select modify, and from menu bar you have to select modify and document. In the document you will see a match dimension. You have to give this one. If you don't know the dimension exactly of the picture, match content. If you select this content, it will automatically match with our picture size. And okay, frame rate and everything you can change over there, so I will not change frame rate and anything. Here document, I have pressed here. The shortcut is also from here. You can go by pressing this one. So you have to select content. I will tell you the process: modify, document, and match content. Frame rate I will not change, just keep it as 12. Okay, now let's see again. Let's play. Now here comes the full content of our picture. Here finish our this topic, that is masking in Flash. Let's do the last topic, that is rotation with masking. Let's play again, like this. Control plus enter. It will be like this when you play in a player with the Flash. So what is masking? Masking is nothing. The layer or picture that we are going to use in the background, it's like using torchlight in a night. So we are making it visible, the one which it's a spotlight. So the one which you are making spot, it's going to affect only in that area, and it will only visible in that, the one which you are giving a spot, and it will hide the other remaining part or object or a text. It may be text or maybe anything, the one which you are hiding behind the layer. So this spotlight effect is called masking in Flash. It's a kind of spotlight effect, the one which you used to do in our this smart classroom. Also, there is a small spotlight effect while using a torchlight or anything. So we need a two layer for using this one. So let's go for a next topic, that is masking, rotation with masking. So let's save this one. Save. Masking. Now let's take a new one, new project. For this also we have to select a picture. For masking you need to select a stage. That's why let me take a stage. Import stage. Import stage means you have to select a picture. What is this picture about? Okay, let's select this one. Alright, it's a big one. Let's select a different one. Let's select this one only. After taking the, let's rename it picture, same name as before. After renaming it, we have to select a layer, insert layer, layer. Let's name it as object, and we are going to draw a object over here, rotational object. So in the rotation, we are going to do a rotation thing. So we cannot take circle because we will not see the changes. So let me take a box. Same process as before. Okay, I have selected in a picture. Let me select in object. Select that object and we have to convert that into symbol. So what is the process for creating symbol? Go to select that object first and go to modify symbol, convert to symbol. You can name the symbol also. Without naming it also, you have to select this graphic and okay. Symbol 1. It's better to name. If there is multiple symbol, then it's better to name that symbol. But we are using only one symbol, that is the rectangle one, square or rectangle. So we will not name it. If you are using, I'm telling you, if you are using multiple symbol or multiple shape, then it's better to name. Now, after this, after creating a symbol, let's add this frame. Don't forget to select the frame, the last frame, and press F6 or insert keyframe. If you directly press insert keyframe, then this is the keyframe. I have already explained you before also. This is the keyframe. The black dot in the frame with the rectangle one is called keyframe, and this rectangle small one is the end of the first frame. This is the first frame and this is the last frame. We have two frame in this one. Now the one which we are going to do is work on this object. First object is here and the last object we are going to select same thing, F6. Now this is the first spot and this is the last spot. We are going to keep that last spot over here. For creating a movement by using motion to it, we are going to select any frame between the last and the first. Select any frame and go to that property inspector, motion, finish. Our motion part is done. Look here, rotation. The new thing is rotation. We have to make that rotation. Now let's see. Enter. Okay, did I make that document same with the content? No, I have to make this content same. Dimension of the frame should be matched with the picture. I have not done any masking also. Right click to the object layer and mask. Now enter. Okay, there is some error, it's not coming. Let me change that one. Okay, frame size is not coming. I'll see that one later on. Now the movement part, we have to select that object and into that motion, go to that rotate option, rotate and CW, clockwise direction, and it will rotate like this. Rotation direction. Motion to it and rotate that shape. Here comes the end of our chapter number 2, that is animation in Flash. Let me do that same process again from the beginning. Okay, let's take a new Flash document, create a layer, import stage. Let me take the same picture. Layer 2. Here we are going to draw that one. Layer 1, select up to, let's select up to 40. F6. Layer 2. We have to draw that shape. Now convert this shape into symbol. Convert that shape into symbol. Now select the end frame F6. It doesn't group, I think. Just selected only that part. Undo. Layer 3. I have selected layer 1. So I have made a mistake that one. First, I'm moving in the layer 1. So don't forget to select that layer to omit that mistake. Layer 3. This is the shape. I'm going to convert it into symbol. Symbol 2. Symbol 1 is already deleted. This is the symbol 2. And here F6. Last frame, I'll keep it over here at the end. This is the first frame. and we have to create a motion path. By creating this motion path, we have to make it rotation clockwise also. And don't forget about masking. Document content. Now finish. This is our animation. The last animation of our chapter. Rotation with masking. We are going to rotate the object, the masking. So in here, what we are looking right now is it's going to hide that a portion that is outside the object. This is going to show only the portion where my object moves around. It's like using a torchlight or this effect, spotlight effect. So here comes the end of our chapter number 2. Let's finish here. Let's save it. Uh, rotation, rotation masking dot fla save. Let's delete this one. Let's revise from the beginning of the chapter and let's finish this chapter number 2, that is animation in Flash. First, I'm going to tell you about the frame and keyframe. If you want to create a new frame, here it's an empty frame, so the playhead will not move beyond that one. If you want to use this empty frame, then you have to create the frame. That is by using F6 or F5. And there is a blank keyframe also. In keyframe also there is a blank keyframe. If you take a blank keyframe and keyframe, what is the difference between a blank keyframe and keyframe? If you take F6, that is keyframe, it will copy the content of the first frame and the previous frame. I'm telling you again, if you take keyframe, that is F6, it will copy the content from the previous frame. And if you take blank keyframe, then it will not copy the content from the previous frame. That is the difference. And frame means if you increase the frame, that is F5, then it will increase the duration of the frame in that animation. So here these are the frame, that is F5, and this is the end of the frame, that is denoted by the rectangle white box, and this is another new keyframe. New keyframe, why we are taking new keyframe? Because if you want to change some changes in your symbol or drawing, if you want some changes, then you are going to take a new keyframe. If you don't want any changes, then you can take this frame only. For inserting frame, the shortcut is F5 and new keyframe is F6 and blank keyframe is F7. Mostly we have used here is F6, that is new keyframe. And if you want to select a single frame, by clicking this like this, you can select the single frame. If you want to select a continuous frame, then select the first one and press shift from the keyboard and select up to the end one. Between that portion, it will select that frame. like this. Select the first one and press shift key from the keyboard and select till where you want to select, like this. Now if you that is continuous frame, continuous, if you want to select continuous frame. If you want to select a random frame, then select like this and press control key from the keyboard and select randomly. uh, like this. Here we have done, after knowing this frame and layer. So again, layer means if you are using more than one object. Here we have used only one object, that is welcome, only one single frame. Here I am using two objects, that's why I am taking this stickman layer and circle layer. So like this, if you are using working more than one object, then it's better to use multiple layer for one object and another layer for another object, like this. Here in animation effect, in this class we are going to learn this frame by frame animation, shape tween animation, motion tween animation, and guided motion tween. First one is frame by frame animation, the one which we have done in welcome. That is frame by frame animation. After typing welcome, we have break the letters and we have created animation. We have moved the position of the letters. Here we have moved the position of the letters, that is welcome, and we have created an animation. To watch the animation, you can go to control or TS movie, that is control plus enter. You can press this one, or by shortcut key from the keyboard you can directly press control plus enter and it will create your animation like this. I have created more and inserted more frame in one frame, that's why our animation is like this, little bit slower, it's a gap between it. If you delete this frame between that one, let me delete, let me keep only one frame and let's see the changes. It will be very fast. It's very small, that's why. Now let's see the animation. Look here, it's becoming very fast than before. So here I have deleted that frame, that is F5. If you increase the frame, then it will increase the duration. That's the only difference. And this is set twin. Here it will change the shape. It's automatically animated. And this is the motion part. We will create a motion to it animation, and we have added this guided motion part also. And the next one is masking, that is it will hide all the other picture portion, and the one which we created the object, it will show only into that one, like this. It's like a spotlight animation. And the last one, rotational, it will rotate our object like this. Here comes the end of our chapter number 2, that is Flash, and next class we are going to do this chapter number 3. Okay, let's close here.